So the next chapter is inverse process analysis to find out the root cause for dimension and defect. So let me tell you in a brief what is inverse process analysis. Say continuously there is a shipment going on without any problem. Some 10 lots has gone to customer, and suddenly you'll find there is a problem in one batch. Some major crack has come. So in this case, we can, in order to find out where is the problem or the root cause, we use inverse process analysis. Let us see how we can use it. So what we'll do is we collect two OK lot data and one not OK lot data. And from inversely, from backwards, we will go from backwards, previous department and then previous department and then previous department, and collect parameters for each significant parameter value, and then do the inverse process analysis. So now what they have done is the finishing process, then milling process, then turning process. So three operations was there in this particular product, and for each department they have noted down the significant parameter and they have written the value. So now let us see the values. So when you come for temperature, first OK lot is 50 degrees C and second OK lot is also 50 degrees C. Third not OK lot is also 50 degrees C. That means even OK lot that parameter is 50 and not OK lot also parameter 50. This means for the same parameter the result is OK as well as not OK. That means this is not significant parameter. So in the same way, if you do for all the parameters and you will find some changes somewhere. So if you see here, the major changes that they have done here is first OK lot machine A. They produce the parts with machine A, and second OK lot also they have produced the products with machine A, but the not OK lot they produced with machine B. So here there is a significant change. Significant is there. That means we are not telling machine B is a problem, but this is a significant. Machine B is a significant. So what action we'll do? We will take trials in the machine B and see whether the machine B is producing crack or not. Then we'll fix it. In this way, we can do inverse process analysis and find out the root cause for any sudden defect in a batch. So explanation. It is defined as a tracking back the each process actual parameters for the good and the bad lot from the backwards. In the production run continuously, we will be getting good parts, and suddenly one batch we will have a huge rejection. In order to find out the change, inverse process analysis method is used. So it's very clear. Steps to use the inverse process analysis. So we shall be clear about it is a clearly define the problem, then prepare the inverse process analysis sheet, select the bad lots parameter from descending steps, then select two good lots parameters from the descending step. Note that if we observe that the parameter for one good lot and one bad lot is same, then the parameter is not significantly affecting. So inverse process analysis format. So this is the format they have done for particular analysis, and this is one of the example for inverse process analysis. So here they taken two process, two and one, and after doing all the analysis, they found there is a change in the machine. So they're going to do trials with the machine B. Actually, it's a machine B because two OK lot they are produced with machine A and one not OK lot they are produced in machine B. So they're going to do trials in the machine B and see whether the machine B is causing the problem or not. So in the above example, there are only two processes for the final part to come out. Hence, all the parameters recorded and then compared with the two good lot and one bad lot. Because of the machine change, there is a variation in the 4 plus or minus 1 mm diameter dimension. So they taken dimension as output instead of crack. So next we are going to see correlation analysis for dimension. So what is basically correlation? So correlation is a relation between two parameters. So in school days, we have studied that stress is directly proportional to strain. That means when the stress is 1, the strain also is 1. When the stress is 2, the strain also is 2. It means when you change the stress, strain is also affecting. That means stress and strain are directly proportional. This is called correlation. Correlation analysis in order to find out the significant change in the output. And these are the contents we are going to see: positive correlation and negative correlation. This is the explanation. In general term, we can define the correlation as the mutual relation between two variables which shows a significant change in the result. You understood, no? Next, positive correlation. In the below example, there is a positive correlation between temperature and vapor rate. As the temperature increases, the vapor rate is also increases in proportionate 99%. So they are taken two parameters, temperature versus vapor rate. So as the temperature increases, the vapor rate is also increases. That means for temperature and vapor rate there is a correlation. So here r square is a root square value, relation square value or root square value 99.7. That means 99% there is a correlation between the temperature and the vapor. Next is negative correlation. In the below example, there is a negative correlation between temperature and viscosity. As the temperature increases, the viscosity reduces. 99% correlation. So what is the meaning of this? So they taken temperature as input and viscosity in Pascal second as an output. As the temperature increases, the viscosity is reducing. That means it is a negative correlation. So R square is around 99%. Then scattered correlation. In the below example, there is a scattered correlation between load and dimension. Even with the load increasing, there is no correlation with the dimension as mentioned below. That means when the load is changing, the dimension is also changing but not proportionately. It means for the dimension variation, there is some other parameter is affecting. So the R square value is just 0.1434. Only 14% correlation is there. So this we cannot tell a good correlation between load and dimension. This we also called as scattered correlation. So next we are going to see multivariate analysis with Likert scale.